Hey you, I'm the Queen of Shade. Welcome to the interview. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit my Cash App to support your favorite content creator. Now let's get to the interview. Mwah.
Queen of Shade. Let me tell you something. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. You're a bougie bitch and your mama is too. Said you're a bougie bitch and your mama is too.
Salutations, Stufos. This is your fabulous leader, the Queen of Shade, coming at you with another special presentation, moving full speed ahead, getting to know some amazing people with amazing personalities, amazing functions, amazing purposes in the world. And it's been nothing but exciting and amazing conversations. So having said that, I have someone super amazing that you need to meet today. And we're going to get to know him together. And it's going to be fun. So sit tight. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to Mr. DeMarcus McCoy.
Hello.
Hi, baby. How are you? Again.
Doing amazing. Just taking it day by day, living life.
Yeah. How are you? Now, the reason why I'm asking how you are is because I have to bring them in, but I'm going to tell them first how I got to know you. So I got to know DeMarcus, or should I say Mr. McCoy? Either one. I like McCoy. You know, the real McCoy. I like that.
So real.
Yeah, I like that, the real McCoy. But I got to know you on Instagram. You know, I kind of took up residence for the last 6 years on Instagram and just refused to go anywhere else and worked like a mad woman and built my platform. And, you know, I do this thing where my eye is always on boys, stunning guys, stunning, beautiful this, beautiful that, beautiful bodies, beautiful faces. And you were one of those guys that I saw. So what I did was I started following you. And then I started sharing your work, especially your shirtless content. So yeah, that's how it got started. But then fast forward to 6 years later, you know, because I keep in touch with my mens. Like I stay, if I follow you, I'm following you. So I got to see a different side of you that I did not expect. And we're going to talk about it because you're a florist.
I am.
You're a beautiful florist. And I'm going to tell you why I asked you for this interview. Through my grandmother and other things like that, because I was really young. But I heard and got to see his arrangements. He'd send my grandmother things, flowers, and his arrangements were so beautiful. And I remember when he passed, my grandmother sat me down and she was telling me about how he was as far as a florist went in his own little shop. And I'm in Philadelphia. So a Black man being a florist in Philadelphia is rare. Is rare. And we're going to get into where you are because I'm sure it's rare there as well. So that was the connection for me. I got to go to your Instagram and I saw that you had kind of like rebranded yourself. And it was flower. And I love flowers. When I tell you I love flowers, I love flowers. And we're going to talk about them because there were some arrangements that were just so beautiful. So now I'm going to back you up. So now we know, okay, how I met you. You're a florist. You're a Black man, beautiful Black man who's a florist. So we know that and we're going to get to that. But tell us, Mr. McCoy, where are you from originally? Where were you born and where'd you grow up?
I am, believe it or not, born and raised in Las Vegas. I feel like I haven't really moved anywhere. Like I can't say moved because anytime I have like been to another state, it's been like temporary for like a month, the longest a month. But yes, originally from Las Vegas.
Well, you know, you don't need to go anywhere else. The whole world goes through Las Vegas.
True.
like get it, not just our country, every country. It is one of the hottest tourist spots in the United States of America.
Very true.
Yes, and as far as entertainment, and the reason I know this is because I did my research, Mr. McCoy. I was going to move to Las Vegas I was going to move out there and kind of reshuffle my career. And while I was preparing to go to Europe, I was going to make my cash doing little gigs here and there where I could get in. And then something happened. And I said, you know what? I don't want to uproot my grandmother to the desert. Even though the climate is good, I like that dry heat. My grandmother was like, I don't know if I can live in the desert. So I was like, well, they have air conditioner and backup generators and solar power. She was like, I don't know about that. I want to stick to what I know. So we're staying in Philly for now. So the residence will be in Philly, but I'm still looking at Paris and Lisbon as second and third places, because Lisbon is where, I mean, Paris is where I really am trying to take my career back to. So growing up in Las Vegas, how is it as far as this?
I feel like it's still tough. I feel like no matter where we go, it's always going to be tough or harder to make it in Indian industry, just because like we're African American. It's just life, I feel.
But you know, African Americans, and I want to bring light to this. African Americans, yes, it's tough to make it in many different, almost every genre of career or endeavor, but there are some careers Black folk know not to touch because they'll get shut out by our counterparts and their generations of knowledge and wealth and reputation. And yet you become a florist in Las Vegas. I need to know, are you an only child?
No, actually, I'm the oldest child, and I feel like my childhood is like it's all over the place. So I only know my siblings on my mom's side.
Yeah.
So I have apparently other siblings on my dad's half of the family, which I have never met.
Yeah.
So I am the oldest child on my mom's side, and then I have two sisters and one brother, and we're still all half, but growing up together, like I call them my brother and sister.
Yeah. I have we're half as well. I have one sister that shares the same mother and father as I do, but we don't talk. You know how fame is. So you know how that is, and you rise in a family, and I come from a family of would-be, want-to-be entertainers. Everybody was a show pony. Everybody was, you know, I was more of the quiet one whom nobody suspected, and then and everybody's like, where the hell did he come from? So and I have siblings on my father's side, and I tried to get to know them, but you know, I was thinking about that today. It's kind of funny that you say that to me. I was thinking about them today. They allowed a lot of misconceptions about me to kind of spearhead how they handled me instead of getting to know me for me. They kind of listened to a lot of things that weren't untrue about me, because you know, a lot of people in my family don't know much about me. But they listened to that, and it just ruined our chances of getting to know each other. Then there was that jealousy. It was jealousy too. I remember my brother, my half brother, saying like I had just gotten, because you know, I live with mental illness, and back then when I met him, I was fresh off the funny farm and like literally just starting my journey to treatment. I've had 15 years of treatment now and medication and things, but I went to see him in Chicago, and I remember him saying to me like, you should be doing way better than I am because you went to suburban schools. I'm bossing you, and you should be doing way better than me. He didn't even realize that was the end.
Yeah.
And that was the end. And now 15 years later, I am bossing him. I am doing better than he is. So he was right. It just was poor timing and said without any diplomacy, especially at a point when I was weak.
Yeah.
So
I feel you on that one.
yeah. People are a mess. So growing up, what did your taste kind of like lead to, like lend to? Were you the kid that noticed the flowers in the field? Noticed, you know, when you were out playing, noticed people's gardens, noticed like, how did you come to being a florist?
So it's actually interesting because as a kid, I didn't like flowers, knew nothing about flowers, but I was also that child that always decorated my room. always was the one to put together the Christmas tree. So I feel like I actually fell into floral accidentally, and then it became my like career.
Yeah. Look, get this. Are you an event planner as well?
I feel like I can do it all.
Yeah. 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 I'm getting event planner vibes. So that, and like it's so crazy because even in Hollywood and film, they always perpetuate event planners as the young gay white guy. It's never a beautiful Black man who is just as well connected, can get the flowers, can get the this, can get the that, the tablecloths matched, like all of that stuff. So you've always had an eye for decoration.
Yes,
That is beautiful. Did you follow it in school, or was it something, did you follow another path in school?
I did. So first of all, I didn't go to college
Mm-hmm.
until I was 25 because financial aid and all that. But
Mm-hmm.
I actually went to school for interior design.
You know what? I'm smiling because I can pick them. I can smell it. I can smell it. I can smell. I'm good at that. I can smell it. People be like, "Why are you interviewing these men?" I'm like, "There's more to these men. There's more to these men." Like social media does not give you the option of really like you don't know these people. You get to know
Mm,
what we show you, but there's so much more. And I do it in a way that is not intrusive. I get you to
yeah.
tell me, I get you to tell me because, people coming into your bit, you're like, you don't even know me like that. I showed you what I want you to know. But I have a knack for recognizing the beauty in people. So you went to school for interior design. Where'd you go? What school?
Uh, Art Institute.
Yes. Art Institute. We had Art Institute here in Philadelphia, but they closed a whole bunch of branches now.
Same here.
Okay. So we having the same experience right now. Yeah, they closed a whole bunch of branches. I'm like, what's going on? Like, y'all are an accredited school, college. Like, but yeah, they're closing a whole bunch of branches. They closed down the one here. We still have the University of the Arts. But no, Art Institute is finito. So you're in school for interior design. Oh my God. See, I gotta slow down because my brain's going too. I'm a Libra, I'm fast. What's your sign?
Leo.
Uh-huh. So that's why, because I have Leo best friends and things, and you guys can do everything, like everything. And I say that with all the utmost respect and praise. When you guys set your sights to do something, oh, it gets done. It
Mm,
gets done. Oh yeah, it gets done. Like it's so the precision is something I've always admired because years ago I didn't have it. I didn't have that. You guys really get to doing about the business. So you graduate, you go to school for interior design and you graduate, right? Graduated.
no, actually ended up dropping out after 2 years.
Uh-huh.
So I was going to school full time and working a full time job
Right.
and at the same time dancing. So it
Right.
was a lot for me, but I actually ended up dropping out.
Yeah. What kind of dance did you do?
Go go.
Yeah. Listen. Okay. Listen to this. It seems like the best of us and I mean it, this is no shade because I'm one of those, I'm an academic, you can tell, but I didn't finish college either. I went to college 22 years ago and I was in there for biology, pre-veterinary medicine. And I was also very, very vocal and visual, like visible on my campus. I was the director of the gospel choir. I was in the mime dance team. We did a lot of things. I spoke and there was just a lot of things going on. And then I got hit with mental illness and had to back out of school. I was medically withdrawn. And for years, it hurt me that I didn't get to finish. And I was actually celebrating my co-director's graduation. She just got her master's because we kept in touch. At first, I left in disgrace. It was very embarrassing, but I kind of like the internet. I got in touch with everybody that I went to school with and kind of, just want to stay in touch, so that I didn't lose everything from the experience because it was a very traumatic experience. I spent 30 days in the hospital after that. And it was mess. And it was like, it was mandatory. I was remanded to the hospital. So she celebrated her master's, getting it, I think, Friday. And I went to my grandmother and I said, you know, I am so happy for her. And I said, I just don't like that I'm in entertainment only, because I don't want anyone to ever assume that I'm not intelligent or that I was taking the easy way out. Like that has always been my thing. And I have that trauma from my father. You know, my father all my life, sing, 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 but he was a failed musician. Every time I saw him, because he wasn't in my life, every time I did see him, sing, 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 sing. And he used to have this one line of this fucking song that he wrote that made no sense. And he'd be like, sing this song, sing this line. And I'd just be like, what the hell? And like, it was just like, so my attitude was, I'm going to go do something more meritable in my life. And then to be devastated, to graduate from high school, which was something, because I came from the hood, and then we moved to the suburbs because of my grandmother, who matriculated to college and got her bachelor's and masters. But so I had that experience, but I finally get there. I get accepted to 4 colleges after my guidance counselor told me I'd never get into college. I got into 4 universities for biology. She told me I'd never get in for biology. I got in. So it was like my home life was so hard. So I was escaping. I never went home in the summers. Like for 2 years, I just never went home. There was nothing for me. I was tired of sleeping on a living room floor in a comforter from 7th grade to 12th grade. I was like, I'm done. I'm not coming back. Get sick. I'm back in a house. I still have siblings that are in high school, in elementary school, back to this pallet in the living room. It was crazy. But I celebrated her. And I was speaking to my grandmother, and I just was like, I realized why I had such a reaction, like a sad reaction. It's because people don't understand that without a degree, our country punishes you for not having a degree. If you want to make money on a job, they work you to death to make the little bit of money that they're going to give you. And they expect you to be available 24/7, 365. And I hated that, because my friends and my coworkers and colleagues that I went to school with could work 9 to 5 and bring home 40 or 50K to start. And here I was killing myself for $23,000 as a manager of retail stores.
Been there.
Okay. See, you was like, okay, where this bitch going? But no, I told you I was gonna bring it around. So what I'm saying to you is, like, college isn't for everyone. And I realized that. And my grandmother said to me, she said, baby, anyone could pick up a book. She said, anybody could pick up a book and know, information because they read it. She said, but look at all that you've learned. Like, and I've had tutors and mentors that have master's degrees and PhDs in my life. So she's like, you have all of these mastery level people. I'm the only one in my business without a degree, but I have the knowledge. And not just the knowledge, I know how to apply it. Because that's what a lot of people do. Like, I have a brother who's a Gemini. He's book smart, but he lacks application. So he just fails. He fails. And it's like, and then when he fails, it's everyone else's problem. And it's like, no, you're lacking the application process. And because life hit me so many different ways, I had to learn how to move and shake with the best of them. But that, to end the story, what made me so feel that way was not that, I was upset about not getting a degree. I was upset about how the economy punished me for not having one.
Yeah. So
after school, you decide, so you're go-go dancing and you're working a full-time job. Oh, I wish I had seen your go-go. Wait, how long ago was this?
Actually, I go-goed for a long time. I started like when I was 19, I believe.
Mm-hmm. I think I may have caught you that way. I think I might have seen you. You were on social media by that point.
Yeah. And I think that the very first place was Crave nightclub.
I think I might have seen, because you were posting at that time.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, I'm boy crazy. It was your face, it was your chest, it was your body, it was your smile. I'm boy crazy. I just have to accept it. People are like, bitch, you just need to accept it. I am. I notice beauty. I notice beauty, especially in Black and Latin men, because everyone over sexualizes us, but they undervalue us.
Yeah.
You know, they over sexualize us. We are the fantasy. Even like this, they want me to have sex with them with all of this on, and I'm like, listen, I'm a cross dresser. I'm not trans. You know, I'm a cross dresser. They want me to have sex with them, leave this stuff on, and I'm like, no, no.
But don't want to be seen out in public.
Right, right. It's like, so you're going. And you're working a full-time job. So let's move up a little bit. So home life, you know, home life is home life. We've moved on. Now, when did you decide to still use your knack for interior design? Because flowers are a part of interior design. They're a part of interior decor. And I'm a firm believer, just as I am. Some people go get the book smarts, and then some people are born. I'm a natural born therapist. Now, I may not be able to practice like a therapist can, but I certainly get paid $250 an hour to have people to talk to me on the phone about their problems, and then I give solutions. I'm not doing too bad, you know. And that's just the start.
Yeah.
That's the introductory rate. As my content and my career continues to grow, the rate's going to get higher, because this bitch is working. She ain't got time to sit and talk to everybody.
Okay.
So where did you realize, okay, I may have left school, but I can still do this? When did you realize that?
I didn't like officially realize it, I would say, until actually the pandemic. The pandemic made me realize like a lot. Like I was tired of working for someone else, getting told when to come in, what to do, when I can take a vacation.
Yeah.
So I would say during the pandemic.
I read your post about that. You were like, I have to ask what for what? Vacation? Nah, I'm not doing that. And I know the feeling. I know the feeling, and I don't like it, because you turn around and not everybody was born with a silver spoon in their mouth. You know, I certainly was not. And I've had to fight for every single thing that I have. I started fighting in the projects, fighting for my right to be, because I was effeminate and had a pretty face and a very high voice. I have fought for every single thing that I have in my life. I'm still fighting for it, because I still have people that are quote unquote famous whom see me as a threat and tamper with my empire and mess with things. And I have to get lawyers, and I have to do this, and I have to do that. I'm still fighting. So I'm used to fighting for what I want. But it's just like, it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. So you turn around, and the pandemic makes you start to reevaluate your life. Are you still go-go dancing?
Every now and then I do burlesque.
Okay.
So it's almost kind of in the same thing, but except I get paid a little more and I work less.
Yes.
So working smarter.
Yeah, and not harder. Yeah, burlesque is good. I love burlesque. The movie with Christina Aguilera and Cher, that was like one of my favorite movies. But I actually love the idea of burlesque, because that's what you see a lot of in Paris and in Europe. You see a lot of burlesque. The Americans are starting to get into it, but we had, what was her name? Dita Von Teese for so long, the famous Dita Von Teese, who was a burlesque dancer, you know, and made an insane amount of money doing it, you know. So now it's like, oh, okay. And I think she was married to Marilyn Manson for a little while, or dating him, or, you know, and I'm not giving celebrity news. It's just that when you say burlesque, I noticed that it is something that the Americans don't really know about. And then I saw, because I had someone reach out to me from a New York burlesque club. Yeah, see, they've been trying to get the queen for a while. So, you know, they're like, oh, you can come and you can do your, you know, your routines, and this is a reputable club, and you'll be safe, because I have this big thing about needing to be safe when I work. I have this huge thing about it. I will not be unsafe when I work. People like we have to know everyone that's in there, and nobody extra gets in. I'm that type of person. Nope, no, you will not kill me. I will not be shot up while I'm working. No, no, not at all. So I have this thing, I need to feel safe. So I told him I double back around, and it's been a number of years. But yeah, those kinds of things. Because I sing, I sing and I do all of that stuff. So they're like, yeah, you could do this. And I'm just like, I don't know. But so you're doing burlesque. And yes, you're getting paid more because it's reputable. It's more reputable than go-go, but I love it all. I done interviewed my boys that were porn stars. I done interviewed the escorts. I love it. I told you I'm boy crazy. We're gonna establish this in this interview. I'm boy crazy, and that's fine. But turn around and you're doing burlesque. Pandemic happens, you're no longer able to assemble and dance because we are shut down, which was a terribly scary thing. My one business went out of business, and it was a virtual business too, and it went out of business. It was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And thank God I had the Queen Mother, my grandmother, the Duchess of Slay. I had to say her whole name, but she was there to be like, and not just her. I had clients that I was mentoring, and my best friend's name is Victor Stockweather, and he's from Texas, and literally he booked me, I think, every day, and paid me just to pay me. Yeah, literally. He did not need me. He knew me. We up here talking about everything else. I'm walking around, and it was a visual call. So I'm walking around the room doing all kinds of stuff, getting ready because this was before this. I'm getting ready for my installments of the Queen of Shade inspiration videos. And he's literally, we're talking about nothing. And then he cash apps me $250. Yeah. He, like, literally, the reason why I say it is Victor single-handedly, him and my other mentee named Xavier. I'm not gonna say his last name because he's a higher up. And that was another thing. I'm talking to people with multiple degrees, Fortune 500 companies, can write their own check in the private sector. And I'm talking to all these people, and they literally helped me. They literally not even helped me. They got me through the pandemic. I was able to pay all of my bills because of those people and people like them. There were others, but I had like a small circle of people that literally funded me through the pandemic so that I could make money and still do what I was doing and find my way to this now. Like this was born out of that. And it was just like, okay, I got to work with people. I got to talk to people. So doing burlesque, it's fun. Still working 9 to 5?
No, I own my own business now.
Wait. I'm talking about before. Yeah.
Like during the pandemic?
Yeah.
For like a short time until I got fired or terminated.
Okay. Oh yeah, they did that to everybody. Yeah, they did that to everybody. So then at that moment, because see, what I'm searching for is we all have a moment. Well, we have many moments when we say, I should be doing my own thing. But then there's a crowning moment, and I just want to see if you remember, because you're a Leo. So Leos, you guys remember milestones in your life. So I want to know when that moment was when you were like, you know what? That's it. When did that moment happen?
So that moment or that thought has always been in the back of my head. I was just always afraid to take that jump. So it actually was finalized when I got terminated from Smith, from the grocery store. And then I was like, well, it's either I find another job and be miserable again, or just like build up the confidence and just do my own thing. So it was actually like when I got let go, it was time to do my own thing.
Now get this. We don't have silver spoons in our mouths. How hard was it for you to establish your own business? Because see, this is what people don't understand. And I would try to tell people, like, you may see me on the internet, but there's a whole LLC behind this. I own 4 trademarks. Every song is copywritten. Every monologue I did is copywritten. Like, they don't see that. And being limited on funds How did you make it happen? Because the reason why I'm asking this specifically with you is because Leos and Libras, we have this uncanny ability that when we decide something, the universe conspires to help us. Like it's so fast, like money that you didn't see or didn't know was there, just all of a sudden is there. So I want to know if you had that kind of experience where you were like, because the pandemic's like, okay, I just lost my job, so I need this money to last. And then you go, I'm going to start a business, which is actually, for those people that know a business, going to make you poorer, because yes, because now you have to expend money to make money, and people don't understand that you have to like give money or have money or give money to make money. It takes money to make money. So what did that look like for you during the pandemic? Did people, like, I want to know, did you have benefactors? Did you have help? Like, how did it get all about?
I did have a lot of help from like multiple people, but there was one specific person that has like stuck by my side during the whole entire process. Like I feel like he saw it coming already.
Okay.
But my drag family, they helped me a lot. Like some people that I called friends that were like there for me, like when I was working at the grocery store.
Yeah.
I had a lot of help, but for the most part, I had to do it, the working part anyways, and the letting things go that I normally would do, pretty much just becoming an adult. I had to do that on my own, but I did have a lot of help.
I love what you said, and get it. It's not even really becoming an adult. I believe this. There is a difference between a consumer mentality, that's your public, that's your customer, consumer mentality, and an entrepreneurial mentality. They are completely different. And most people start with a consumer mentality. And then when you want to take and start a business, you have to be reprogrammed to get this entrepreneurial mentality. So I know what that's like, because my grandmother 6 years ago, like, mind you, a teacher, not wealthy, and taking care of not just me, but everyone in my family calls her for this and for that and for the other. My cat died, I need the burial plot. Like it's it's everything. This woman has, with her money, she's been so savvy with money throughout her life that the family just, and what, that's what I hated about even the situation that I was in, because I didn't want to be like them. I'd seen so many people take her money, squander her money, and she not get it back. But she sat me down one day and she's like, listen, I have some IRAs, I have some CDs. And she's like, we're going to the bank. And I'm like, why are we going to the bank? And she's like, because I believe in you. And she went to the bank and withdrew an IRA for 6 figures that she had for 40 years. It was 6 figures. And she put that check in my hand. And I was able to start my business and really give it a go, buy the dresses, buy the wigs, get the equipment, get the lights, get everything. And then it was the music. I recorded 3 albums, 4 actually. I just pulled one off the market because I want to do some more to it. But people don't understand that. I love what you said. Even though she did that for me, I had to do all the research and build it myself. And my grandmother said to me, it was so crazy because DeMarcus, she said to me, she was like, I had no idea that you would live in my house and I not see you. We're split level. She's on the bottom level, I'm on the top level. I know that you can attest to this. I work 100 hours a week, so I don't have to work 40 for someone else.
Or someone else determine your pay rate.
Or like you said, when you can take a day off or vacation.
Yeah.
But get this, what people don't understand is once you start that business, there's no vacations.
There is not.
There's no, like literally, DeMarcus, I've been sitting in this room for 6 years. I go to the doctor and I go to the supermarket. Like literally, I'm about to add the gym back in because I'm turning 40 in September. So I gotta work on my fitness. But literally, I cut off my friend. I haven't, listen, my best friend loves me to death. I ain't seen her in years. Talk to her on the phone, and we live in the same county. We live in the same county. And this girl, and get it, we were friends in the physical sense first. I met her at my phone sex job because I was doing phone sex. I was a female phone sex agent because of the voice. So I'm up there, oh baby, yeah, da da da, ooh ah, yeah. I did all of that for 2 years, and I met her in that time frame when I was doing that, and we were friends for years that way. And then literally, I got that endowment from my grandmother, and I had already been researching. And then I ain't seen. She sends me messages. We talk via voice memo, but I don't have it and get it. And that's how you know you have real friends, because she'll send me messages like, bitch, I saw what you did yesterday. Keep going. That's the message. Keep going. Like she'll always send me that. You'll come up for air. I know what you're doing. You'll come up for air eventually. You'll be able to. And that's what people don't understand. You work, but one day will come when you will be able to step back and take a breath of fresh air. So, pandemic, drag family, now you're a florist. What's the name of your business?
LV Modern Bloom Design.
LV, like the letter LV?
Las Vegas.
Oh, I get it. Oh, you listen, you wasn't playing. You like, listen, we're gonna be the #1 florist in Las Vegas. Oh, again, a Leo trait. I'm gonna be #1. So LV, all right, okay. So how long? Now wait, it's LV. What was it? LV Flowers and Design.
Modern Bloom Design.
Modern Bloom. That's beautiful.
And I feel like I chose that direction because I do flowers, but I also do everything else, like Christmas trees,
yeah,
decorating people's homes. So I wanted to cover everything besides just flowers.
You know what I love? See, #1, I realized years ago, you've got to cater your business to the people with money. And our people sometimes, somebody gonna pay you to come and decorate their tree? Hell yeah. Somebody gonna pay you to come decorate their home? Hell yes. Hell yes. Oh, well, I ain't never heard that. Well, baby, that's because you don't have it like that. You don't spend on that. There are people that do, a lot of people that do, because they're mavericks in their own right and they don't want to have to worry about it. So that's because I remember when we were booking this interview, you were like, listen, I got to do this for a client. It's got to be another day, another time. Like, and I'm like, okay. Because I knew you owned your own business. So like you said, you focus on so many different areas. I have a weird question. With your modern designs, have you ever done weddings?
Yes.
You better fucking go. You better fucking go. Do you know how much money that is? Okay, I got to ask this question. Are you romantically involved? Now, the reason why I'm asking this is because I want to keep all men away from you because they're going to try to steal your money. I want to make sure my baby will keep your money, baby. You don't work real hard for it. I'm like, if you didn't know this person beforehand, don't take nobody now. Don't take nobody now. The only reason going to be this for the money. I'm like, listen.
And I learned that the hard way multiple times.
Oh, I'm sorry. Me too. Like, I have never had a boyfriend, but there have been people that I'm interested in and have been interested in, and they were only there for, yeah. So you've learned that the hard way. Now, having a business and being so goal-oriented and on the side of getting things done, how is it out there trying to find someone to match you?
I feel like during the pandemic, I went through I want to say 2 or 3 people that I tried dating and calling a relationship. And it wasn't even it was fast.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was always my issue that I had dating people. It just
Yeah.
happened so fast.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been good, but honestly, the main person that's like helped me with my business, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm building.
Yeah. Oh, no, it was always fast for me, child. I ain't had no boyfriend, but I had plenty of sex.
Me too.
You're a Leo, so I know. I'm a Libra, so I know. That's why I'm talking to you like this, because I know. I had plenty, child. I had plenty. I've been celibate for 10 years, but it's only because I needed to focus on my business. I have been in the business of entertainment for 20 years, and I was going nowhere fast with all this talent, with all this know-how, with all this, beauty. I almost didn't come to the world. So I needed to get me together, get my mental health together, read up on some things about business administration. Like I did all of that, and which is why I sit here. And the huge reason, the financial endowment from my grandmother. So, it took me a while, but I too, I would like to, I'm not breaking it for my 40th. I don't know. I'll probably be 42, 43, and I say that, and I know me, I'll probably be 42, 43 before I break it, but I'm not jaded. Let's not say that. I'm not jaded. It's just that I don't expect anyone to ever really be interested in me anymore, and not my name and my funds. Mm-hmm. And my thing is, that's why with me, here we go, I'm getting ready to go left. That's why with me, I love the escorts, because they are clients. Well, I'm a client, and then they are, we build a relationship, find a good relationship, because I'm paying them. And I remember my grandmother said to me, because she knows everything about me. I have no secrets from my grandmother, none. She needed to know everything before she invested her money, what type of person I was, everything. So we have no secrets. And she knows, she's like, well, you always say you love escorts. It's just because there's a little bit of business in there. And that little bit of business, there's a rapport. And they're going to be on their best behavior. I ain't got to hold their head over the toilet. I ain't got to do, I ain't got to look at, afterwards, I ain't got to look at them like, I got a meeting, and I ain't got to do all of that. One of my buddies who's an escort, I interviewed him the other day. His name is Sonny, Show Me the Money. That's his name, Sonny, Show Me the Money. And he's really beautiful. And he said, people don't pay me to sleep with them. They pay me to leave. Get out of the way, I'm not trying to bring you over to the dark side. You're a florist.
You know what? I feel like I've been all over the spectrum.
Well, I don't want you to tell your tea. We here to, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. You mess with flowers. You don't need to know that. You Christmas trees, decorate home. You don't need to be. But see, I don't put my nasty stank on you. It's not. No, I don't put my nasty stank on you. My bad. But I know what it's like, and we don't hear enough entrepreneurs saying this, but it's very hard to date. It's very hard.
It is, and I feel like it also takes a lot of time. Mm-hmm. And when you're building a business, you literally don't have any time. Mm-mm. I still try to find ways to sneak it in there, but
I do too. But it's just like every time, like the lingo, when I think I'm gonna break it, the lingo, it goes to my money and my name, and I'm just like, nah, nope. So I'm just like, nope. And my thing is, I'm not even like waiting for the right person. It's just that, and that's another thing too. I'm a person, you can understand this because this is what you do. I like ambiance. Like, just because you're an escort doesn't mean I'm not going to treat you. I love men, okay? I love men. You're going to come, we're going to have dinner. And it ain't going to be no romantic candlelight dinner. I'm going to be, listen, and see, that's what people don't understand about me. They say, oh, he's so classy. He's so classy. No, honey, I don't even play video games. There will be a PS4 or PS5 in the living room. Because I literally will have the chef cook the dinner and bring this man his plate while he plays the PS4 and I watch. I'm one of that. You got it like that. I'm a kid. I'm a young man at heart. Even though I'll be 40 in September, I'm a young man at heart, and I know how to get these boys and make them happy.
Okay.
I know how to make them happy. So it's just and I don't know, I like that. I like that. I don't like the idea of one person. I never have been that way. I'm polyamorous. I just never.
You know what? I feel the same, but I just never wanted to like admit it.
Exactly. I know the feeling. And but get this, as you're in business, you have to, because you're seeing people and you have to stop them at the door, because so many people, I would imagine Las Vegas knows who you are by now. So it's like,
I would hope so.
exactly. So it's like, okay, so get it. You got boys right now, like, oh, we own this business. Let's see if we can meet him, or, and it's just like, I just don't want that. I don't want that red tape. I don't want that red tape. I don't want that red tape. So you do everything, but what grabbed me was the flowers that you literally and I love that. I was so happy about, like I mentioned your TikTok, because it's a little bit of beauty in our day. Like that, like you literally were sitting there. You had your hand out and you had the camera facing down on your hand, and you were twirling the most beautiful rose I have ever seen in my life. It was a deep velvety color, like a crimson, deep wine color. And it was the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. And this leads me into my next question for you, because I watch you work with exotic flowers. These are not chrysanthemums. These are not carnations. Okay. 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 So I'm speaking your lingo. These are not carnations. Okay. These are expensive bouquets where one rose is going to cost you. So a dozen, honey. So I recognize that. So my question is, when and where did you give yourself the time to realize I want to do high-end flowers, and to learn what those flowers were? Because that's what people don't realize. You had to do a lot of research.
I feel like, so a lot of let me start with the basics, like carnations and all that, like lower end flowers.
Yes.
I feel like I don't work with those because it reminds me of when I was working at 9 to 5
Okay.
at the grocery store, because I was a florist there.
Okay.
Also, I like nice things.
Honey, can't you listen? Look at her, honey, look at her.
So like when I normally, like if I'm traveling somewhere and I notice like anything around me, flowers, plants, when I see something like out of the norm, like I do my research on it, I look it up, try to figure out what it is.
Yeah.
But I feel like I just like fall in love with it. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like I can't just go somewhere and like be like, oh, what is this? Like I have to see it. I'm a visual person.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to see it. And usually most of the time when I look at something, it's already expensive.
Yeah. But you know what? This is another Libra Leo thing. We like beautiful things, beautiful people, beautiful settings, beautiful flowers, beautiful animals, like beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things. And those things cost money. Yeah. Money. So when did you, okay, because this is the thing, this is more of a business question. How did you discover, because this is part of your research, how did you discover where to get your hands on those types of flowers and to have to order them in bulk? Because now you're doing bouquets, now you're doing arrangements, now people are wanting these things, and people and the outside public doesn't know that those things have to be sourced to your shop. You have to, they have to be, and then when you get them there, you're the one that they come raw, and then you're the one pulling the thorns off. You're the one, making sure they look a certain way, pulling off the leaves, making sure the stem, like people don't understand that. And that is a part of being a florist that I always admired, because it was like to know what flowers and, because how they say, well, certain flowers have certain meanings.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanna this or this occasion or that's occasion, you send this or you send that. I'm trying to remember. I was in New York a few years ago, and like I said, I'm a beauty freak. I literally started crying and jumping up and down. I walked past a flower shop, and I saw it was white, I can't even describe it. It was white. It wasn't an orchid. And it wasn't a lily. I forget, because I asked her what it was. It was this beautiful white flower, and it had these long, delicate petals to it. It was so, I have never seen, like, since New York, I've never seen them anywhere else. I don't, like, I have to try to remember, and that was years ago. I have to try to remember where the shop was. And it's somewhere around 14th Street, Union Square, but I'll have to find it if it's even still there, because, the pandemic closed a lot of stuff. But I literally was jumping up and down because I literally saw this flower, and I had never seen anything so beautiful. And when I got back to Philly, I couldn't find it here. And I just was like, what is that? And that's what I love about flowers, because people notice flowers. Like when you're walking in a nice place and you walk past a table and there's that beautiful vase on the table, and they got this crazy, color sequences and people notice that. And it kind of like the fragrance, it kind of like lifts you into luxury. It lifts you into luxury. I don't know what that flower was, and I'm not even gonna try to describe it. I'm gonna move on. But I just know what it's like to see something and to go, it's absolutely beautiful, and that for a moment, I can own it. Do you get people that say to you, well, you sell cut flowers and they die?
Oh yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? Wait, they're farming flowers just for you to cut them and they die. I don't care. I want
that just
flower.
means it's not meant for you.
My sentiments exactly. It's just not for you. So, but again, so rounding back to the question, luxury flowers, because you sell luxury flowers, and it's just like, how did you even know what to look for?
So I try not to have a favorite anything.
Okay.
My reason for that is because I feel like it limits me to that.
Okay.
And I want to like be able to do anything.
Okay.
So whenever I see a flower that I like, love, fall in love with, believe it or not, I don't know the names of every flower that I work with until I get it in my hand, because I'll take a picture of it, send it to the warehouse, which that's their knowledge. They know everything in that. And then I'll get all the information and I'll be like, bookmark, I love this. I want to continue working with it. So that's how I end up finding the flowers that I work with.
Isn't that amazing? Thank God for warehouses, because literally that's how I am with my clothes. People are like, oh, I love your clothes. They're so fashionable. I'm like, honey, I just take pictures and be like, this is what I want. Like, and they're, oh, we have this and oh, we have that. I've even sent to China, child, not to Paris, China. Okay. I sent to China for some of the most beautiful things. And it's just like, people are like, oh my God, where'd you get that? Most of my hair came from China. And then I interviewed a buddy of mine, Amoy Allure is the name of his hair company. And he was the one that broke the code, and I actually had him come on, and he was like, yeah, most hair, they tell you Brazilian, there ain't nothing Brazilian about the hair, it comes from China. And I was like, well, goddamn, mostly all of my wigs, except for the ones that my wigologist did. And you can find, everybody can find him, Styles by Goddess Ron on IG, shouting him out. But most of my other wigs, China. And it just was like, so I like the whole idea that there, like, even in business, there are people to help you succeed, is what I'm getting at. You don't have to, because even in the entertainment business, like, I loved that there were books I could read. I loved that there were lawyers I could talk to. I eventually was able to retain my own lawyer, like retain my own accountant, and that took time and money, retain my own producer. That took time and money, but I got there. But I appreciate the journey. And I think that not enough of us understand the journey to entrepreneurship, is that most of us that start, like, I never thought I'd own a business. Never. I had friends when I was younger that owned businesses, and they were like, BJ, just start a business. And I'm like when they said that to me, I looked at them like they had three heads. Like, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to, like, I don't have a college degree. Like, I'm not a business administration major. Like, what am I going to do? And they were like, fool, what you're doing right now And I'm like, you can start a business doing. And then they looked at me, they like, listen, what do you think the Jay-Z's and the Beyoncé's and all these people are doing? They have businesses behind them doing exactly what they love to do. It doesn't, and he said it, and he would say to me, one of my friends, his name is Rick, he would say to me, and they make it, they're so good at it that you don't even realize it's a business. It just looks so organic and effortless. It's just, oh, she's doing this and oh, she's doing that. No, 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 honey. That has been, she has ID'd, cured, approved, every color, every bead, every jewel, every wig strand, like everything. And I'm like, oh, and then as I started to get into it, I learned about how to file for my LLC and when I did, and get my trademarks. And when I did, that same person, Rick, was like, you're finally making your way into it. And I'm like, yeah. He said, well, here, these people will help you with your trademark. These people will help you with your LLC. And I'm like, my God. And what I'm getting at is that it's never easy, but you have two streams of income now, because it's the florist and your modern designs, but you also can offer the knowledge that you've learned, the intellectual property to teach up and coming florists, who sadly will probably be this and not this. It's just the way that it is. Like you just don't see too many of these being florists. You don't. You see, no, I've seen like you said, other things that you do. I've seen Black coordinators, wedding planners, and things like that. I've seen them in Atlanta, predominantly in Atlanta. Yeah. But you're out in Vegas where there's more of this. And my hat is off to you. That's why we're just having a normal conversation. Like people thought, but I always say interview and people think, okay, I'm going to ask 50 questions. No, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you about me and I'm going to talk to you about you. Like that's what it is. Because what I brought you on here to say was, I'm so proud of you and I commend you because you, and this is the thing, businesses are born out of necessity. You don't turn around and just be like, oh, I want to start a business. I think I'll get up and I'll do that. No. We start businesses because we need money. We need, like you said, more free time, like all kinds of things. And like even me, I'm committed to working 100 hours because I know in 5 years, I'm not gonna have to work 100 hours. I'll be in the Maldives. Okay.
While your business is still running.
Yes. While I'm making passive income, because I'll be sleeping. Okay. All right. No, and that's what people don't understand. You put so much up front and you give so much to the business. And I just commend you because like my uncle who died, he was the only other black florist I'd ever seen. And I mean male. I've seen women, black florists that were women. I'm talking black male florists. And then, like you said, my God, I'm surprised you don't do dog grooming. Like you just have all kinds of extra things. Like, and get it. It took me the longest time to realize my audience wasn't necessarily my client, that my audience was just the social media audience, but then I had to establish my clientele. And they had to be able to afford me. I had to go through that and the uncanny, uncomfortable conversation that I had to have with myself that you need to charge more. And if they can't afford it, you don't lower your price. You leave yourself, like Latice Crawford said on my platform from Sunday's Best, you leave yourself on the rack until somebody comes along that can afford you. And yeah, you may hang there a little longer, but then you'll also get full asking price. So it'll make up for the time you hung there for. And
it took me a while to learn that.
Yeah. I can definitely explain or understand that. Do you do a lot of things for your family? Do they call on you to be like, oh, flowers? No. He's like, no nepotism here. No nepotism here.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I feel like since I was a kid, after teenage years, because like I had a lot happen during my childhood.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've always been like alone.
Yeah.
So I've done everything that I've done to get to where I am.
Yeah.
And I haven't really heard from my family.
Yeah.
But just recently they've started like reaching out. I'm like, They're like, where have you been? No, where have you been?
Exactly. Exactly. Your guards are up. Your guards are up, as they should be. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, my siblings, I don't talk to not a one of my siblings, especially after my last sibling. My brother was my last sibling. And then in March, he tried to strangle me and kill me. He's schizophrenic. So I have a 3-year restraining order against him. And he was my last sibling. He was the last one I was holding on to. And then I realized the jealousy and all of that too late and almost lost my goddamn life on my bathroom floor. But turn around and I let him go. And when the cops drove away with him, I realized that was the last time I would see him on this side of life. I would never see him again in the flesh. So, you know, I do definitely understand that. And what people don't understand is coming from these families, sometimes you're on your own. A lot of the time you're on your own because there is no generational wealth. We are the first ones to start the business. We're the first ones to obtain wealth. We're the first ones to do that. Do you have any pets?
When I no, I don't.
Mhm.
I almost said something so funny, but I'm like, let me not say that.
Ah!
'Cause, like,
I wish
sometimes
you
I
had it. That
refer
would have
to
been funny.
I'm like, sometimes I refer to these boys that I tried dating.
Uh-huh.
It is like taking care of a pet.
Uh-huh.
But I don't. I tried having like multiple dogs, and it's I don't have time for it.
You don't
Like
have
I want to.
time.
It's just like having a child. Like I want to be able to be there and provide
Yeah.
as much time and teaching as I can, and can't do that when you run a business.
Yeah, it took me 15 years and I just got another cat. Yeah, 15 years and I just got her. And she was a rescue and she's so lovely. She's so lovely. I walked downstairs and I really got her from my grandmother. And she been through trauma, but we've been working on it. I've been loving on her for I think 9 months now. And I walked downstairs and this is the thing. My grandmother is hip. So she's sitting in the dark and you see the light from her phone in her face because that's what she's doing all night till 4 a.m. Then she takes a power nap and then she's back on it and she's looking at the whole world. She's reading up on everything and all of those things. So the other night I bust out laughing because she said to me, my cat's name is Poppy. She was like the flower. So she was like, Poppy is a character. She keeps trying to get up in this chair with me. And I'm like, and it's a big, comfortable leather chair, like a real big, comfortable leather chair. I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it. So I walk downstairs in the dark. I see my grandmother, and my grandmother has gray hair, and it's like turning white. And sometimes when I call her Don King, and she hates it. So she always tries to pull it down because when she's researching, it looks like her brain is being fried because her hair is stuff all over her head. So like I'm like, Don King. So she turns around and she's sitting there, and this is the visual. She's sitting there with the phone in front of her face. Her hair is all over the top of her head, and the cat is sitting on the arm of the chair. And I said to her, okay, evil boss, you're planning your world takeover and your destruction with your evil cat sitting next to you. And she's like, what? And they're just sitting down there together, like in the dark. And I'm just like, but I got her for that. So, but yeah, you're right. I don't believe in letting her litter sit too long. Like I will break from what I'm doing. My thing is, my grandmother says, like, she said to me, like, I don't think I've ever seen anybody clean litter as much as you do. I said, because every time I go to the bathroom, I flush the toilet. Why shouldn't she? Why shouldn't she? I don't play those games. Like I don't let it sit. Immediately clean. I immediately clean it. Water bowl stays clean. And then get it. She only drinks spring water. I don't know. It's been 9 months. That's all she drinks. I get the Deer Park water, spring water. It's all she drinks. And then she eats a specific kind of food that I have to order. And this is a calico, a regular domestic short hair. I used to have Persians that I did this with, but no, special food, special water, special care. But I do enjoy cats because, like you said, I'm busy and they're independent. They know how to take care of themselves. And then when you come home and you're doing what you're doing, they know how to make themselves a part of your space. And then you can do what you're doing and they'll chill out with you. It's great. The reason why I asked that is because being a business owner can be a little lonely, not a little lonely, a lot of lonely, so I'm asking so that, from one business owner to the next, make sure you have something to keep you company. And even if it's a boy pet, Have some, have something that you can trust to keep you company, have something. So tell me, you said you try not to have a favorite of anything, but do you know the rose that I was talking about? That's that crimson dark.
I do.
What I want to know the name. Hold on, let me, it's my show, so I can take the moment. I can take the moment. DeMarcus M, there you are. Let's see. It is, look at your page. And that's another thing. That's why I can't wait to send everyone to your social media. This Instagram page is absolutely beautiful. Like when I tell you, you have spent time, your business is so beautiful. And I love the shots that you do with yourself and the flowers, and they're professionally done. This whole page is just a work of art. It's just a work of art. You curated it very beautifully. I just have to give you your kudos for that. Let me see.
Like when I tell you it's so much work trying to do, right now I'm doing everything.
I know, there it is. There it is. You know how much I love roses. Black Baccara. Black Baccara, am I saying that right?
Probably.
Or yeah, Baccara rose. I can show you. It's your page. Look.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because that one has like a velvety texture.
Yes, that's what I noticed. I noticed the velvety texture. That was what drew me. I've never seen a rose look like that. I was like, honey, they done wrapped this rose in velour. I was like, they done wrapped this rose in, but people breed flowers for all different types of, traits. And I saw that rose and I was like, like I've never seen it. Like, it looks like it's velour. It looks like it's velour. And I love that texture. For a flower, I'm just like, oh my God. So question. Where you live, are you in a setting where you live alone in a house, or are you in like a gated kind of living kind of community kind of thing?
I live actually in like a little condo area. So okay. I have a 2-bedroom.
Okay, I was gonna say, don't tell me where, but I don't want that. We don't want no unannounced boys coming.
No, please no, I've had my troubles with that.
Right, like stalkers. Like, no, but I wanted to know if you, because you're a florist, but I wanted to know if you had like a garden space, if you garden.
No.
But I see you have plants around your house, so you have your. It's affectionate. One of my friends from South Africa, we call him a plant daddy, but you are definitely the ultimate plant daddy. This is what you do. Oh my God, I can't imagine. So okay, so you do. So I just want to wrap up. So my brain is going in 50 different ways right now because that flower is so beautiful. So turn around, and with the florals and the flowers, you also do interior design and events. I want everybody to understand that. Birthdays, you do birthdays, like special boutique, like I'm not talking about kiddie birthdays. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like soiree type. You do all the decor for that too. Child, you gonna be rich.
I want income coming from always.
Yes, and you're gonna do it. You're already doing it. My God, like you're gonna be rich. Let me tell you something. There are a few things in this world that not even a pandemic can stop people from patronizing, and that is beautiful things and entertainment. There's others, housing, food, healthcare, body care, but you being an interior designer, people are gonna always want to make their living spaces better. Always to have some kind of, good or beauty in their space. You're always gonna have a job. You're gonna always have your job. Like you won't need to worry. You're pretty.
And honestly, that like seeing other like my clients, seeing them happy makes me happy.
Yes.
And I think that comes from just time after time after time of being hurt and going through so many situations. Like now I get to make others happy with things that I create.
Yeah. Yeah. Notice you mentioned it a couple of times, but I won't let you go into it because we're profiling your business. So we want everybody to book him and buy flowers. Book him for your events and buy flowers, you know. But I will say this. We share that in common. I come from great pain. Yeah, I come from great pain. More pain than most people will ever experience their entire lives. And through it all, it didn't make me bitter.
Yep.
I still offer some beauty to the world, as you do, you know? And you're right. Seeing other people happy because of your contributions, that is so gratifying, because it's like, you don't know what I had to do to sit in this chair, to look like this. You don't know what like I said, in March, I almost lost my life. He was in the army too. So I'm fighting an army man who's schizophrenic, and, you know, we go through so much, but being able to bring joy to other people, to see their smiles. And, you know, I hear it in my head. The divine always whispers to me, you're going to be happy. You're going to be happy. You're going to be happy. And this morning I said to the divine, I said, honestly, I am happy. I'm doing what I love. Income is coming in. It's growing. Yes, the work is hard, but it was hard from day one.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So tell me something I don't know. Oh, you're going to have to work real hard for your money. Well, I did that all of my life on everybody else's job. Why couldn't I do it for me? You know? So tell everybody how to get in touch with you if they want to purchase an arrangement.
You can purchase online through the website, which is www.lvmodernbloomdesign.com. Text, call. My number is on my social media page.
Yeah.
Or email, whatever way you can contact me, Instagram, Facebook. But usually the easiest way to contact me is call or text.
Yeah. So I love it. Give me 3 words that inspire and empower you, keeping in mind that you've seen a lot of hard days and you're still a beautiful man sitting in front of me who managed to make an amazing life out of what was undervalued at one point.
3 words: strive, confidence, and I'm gonna add self-care.
Yeah. Yeah, my therapist said that. I have therapy on the phone because of the pandemic. So she said that to me today. How's your self-care going? And I'm like, self-care? I work every day. What you mean self-care? but then I tell her, no, I'm eating. Like I ate before this and I usually don't. But like my grandmother was like, we're going to do something new. You're not going to starve until the end of the day and then eat as a reward. Because that's what my mind did. I also come from fashion, so we don't really eat a lot. But now I ate before this. I felt comfortable going into this. It was better. I didn't feel like I was going to pass out. I wasn't listless, you know, screaming for a Tic Tac or a Cuba cheese or anything. So yeah, the ambiance, I love it. Like even what you do, what I do, it has great potential and great promise to take care of us in ways that no one else ever could. No one else ever could. Okay, tell everybody, like I said, how to find you. I already did the website. Tell everybody how to find you on social media. How do we find your go-go page?
Wait, how do you find the what?
Your go-go page.
Oh, so my go-go page has been revamped, but I still post pictures every now and then.
Oh, okay.
But DeMarcus D. McCoy on Instagram.
Yeah.
That is it.
No, that's the only, you only have that? Well, we talked about it.
And then I have my business page, but yeah.
you need a, you were telling me you were working out the TikTok thing, so that's not a problem. You don't have Twitter or anything else? You probably can't, you don't have the time.
So I've been thinking about making all the rest. I'm just like, I don't have time for it, but I'm sure they will be coming.
Yeah, I didn't have time either. I spent 6 years exclusively on Instagram. It was where I went viral. It was where I stayed. Now I'm working on YouTube and TikTok. Can't do them all. And my Twitter, I don't give people my Twitter because it's an adult only Twitter. Like, and it's not me. It's me looking at everybody. It ain't me. You ain't gonna see the queen good. You ain't gonna see the queen's good. But my likes are adult, and I say that in my bio on Twitter. My likes are adult because I'm an adult. If you're a child and you're not supposed to be here, I'm trusting your parents to censor you because I'm not censoring myself. Yeah, I say that all in the beginning. Thank you so much for taking this opportunity to talk to me. I wanted to also throw in there that I saw that you do expos, like flower expos and beauty expos.
Oh yes, the Bridal Expo.
Yeah, did you just recently do that?
Yes, so I've done it before, but for the company that I was working for. So this was the very first time I've done it for my own business.
Yeah.
It was overwhelming at first, but I made it through it. So there are definitely more to come in the future, even bigger and better.
What flowers did you show?
It was literally, I try to make it something that incorporated Mother's Day and wedding kind of ish.
Yeah.
But actually it was a mixture of real and fake flowers, which a lot of people did not know.
Okay. Well, if they say they heard it here, we'll deny. He told. I get you in trouble. Like people do that to me all the time. I'm like, why did they come on here and tell me everything? But no. So thank you so much for taking the opportunity to talk to us, to be beautiful, to grace us with your presence. We love you, and we're going to continue to stay connected with you. And I have to order those roses. I have to order those roses. I have to. I just have to. For no special occasion. I just have to order the roses because I need them. I need them. I've never seen anything like them, and they're gonna come all the way from Las Vegas, but I don't care. But here we go. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the vocal stylings of the very beautiful, very talented, very multifaceted florist and modern designer, Mr. DeMarcus McCoy. Say goodbye, but don't go anywhere. So did you enjoy? I hope you did. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and don't forget to cash at me at the Queen of Shade. I am your favorite content creator, right? Right. You want to see more of this content, right? Right. Cash at me. I love you. Mwah.
I've got my black stilettos on. Don't you make me take them off. I'm assuming first position. Gonna show you I'm a boss. I've been given 60 seconds just to put my thing down. I'll have you wanting my stilettos by the time I turn around. Turn that TV down.